Kurt, are you ready for lunch? We have a beautiful pizza that we grilled outside on our grill. We have grill marks on the bottom. It's nice and crunchy. I'm going to cut that up for us.
Looks awesome.
And then we have our venison wrap that we did it in the style of black and blue. That would be the blue cheese and the bacon.
Yep.
Makes it the black and blue. So we'll just cut those up. My name is Scott Boslevich on Wild Things Show. Today we're going to be doing some wild game recipes. Hi Kurt.
Hey, new Scott.
Good. We're going to have some fun today. We're going to have a good lunch. We're going to make some pizza and a wrap. And we're going to make a really quick dinner that we can show your wife how to make, or you can make for your wife.
Okay. Well, it's a pleasure to be here.
All right. Why don't you tell us a little bit about what you do?
Well, I have I'm a sausage maker. I have a side job. It's really a side job for me, but I cut a couple hundred a year in my shop, and I make a couple thousand pounds of sausages for family and friends. I had done it 30 years professionally, and now I do it as a fun hobby.
Cutting up deer is a hobby for you.
I love
That's
cutting.
interesting.
I love cutting, and I love making sausage. Really, it's very rewarding when things turn out good and when they look nice and taste good. It's very rewarding to me, and I'm blessed that my whole family enjoys eating venison, and that's what we're going to talk about today, is how to make a venison really desirable.
Really desirable, yes. So we don't end up with a freezer full of meat at the end of the season, and nobody wants to touch it.
Correct. Our household, we're out of venison every year before the season starts, and that's
the goal for everyone.
That's our goal. Yep.
All right, let's get started. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to dice up an onion, and we'll get this started. In the meantime, why don't you tell me a little bit more about your sausage?
Well, not only is this going to be delicious pizza, I can tell, but when we make our own sausage, we can make it as lean as we want. So we normally shoot for about 85% lean, and some people think, boy, that still sounds fatty. That's 15% fat in it, but it's considerably leaner than what you're going to buy in the grocery store. So that's one cool thing we can do with our own sausage. We can make it as lean as we want. About 15% fat or 85% lean gives us probably the maximum flavor we're going to get out of it. If we make it 90% lean, which you can if you're a little bit more fat conscious, it just tends to get a little bit drier. Of course, on a pizza that will probably
I'm always worried about our fat conscious.
Okay. And you can make it as lean as you want, especially on something like this one that's in a pizza or mixed in with a flavoring and a sauce.
What we're doing here is we're just doing a nice fine dice. And we're going to caramelize the onions, which means actually just kind of browning them.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to do that in a little bit of olive oil, so we'll turn on the stove here.
Okay.
Get the pan warmed up. A couple spoonfuls of olive oil. There we go, a couple shakes. A little bit of extra olive oil in your diet is a good thing. Olive oil is a good fat.
Yep.
So that's what I like to cook with it.
And it really tastes the same as all the other oils, correct?
Well, as long as you use it in moderation. If you're just eating olive oil, it does have a distinct olive oil flavor, which I kind of like. If you would just like dip your bread in it. You can also infuse it with different flavors, with chili peppers, with basil, lemon, thyme. Lemon thyme is real good.
Okay.
What we're gonna do here is put about 3/4 of that onion in there. We don't want to make it too oniony.
Summer sausage? I could talk all day about summer sausage. Because I really feel, Scott, that there's no reason people can't make sausage at home and have it be every bit as good as their local meat shop. You should be able to make it better, really. It doesn't take all that much equipment, doesn't take all that much extra expertise.
That way you can kind of control too what it's going to taste like and what you're putting in your body.
Yep, you get your own meat back for sure. You can make it as lean as you want, and it's not very difficult. What are you adding there? What are all the seasonings?
What I'm doing here is I'm making an Italian season mix. So if you have Italian season mix at home, you can use that. What I did is I put a half a teaspoon of basil in, a half a teaspoon of tarragon, and a half a teaspoon of oregano in.
You're mixing it with the onions.
Yeah, we're going to saute them to release the flavor.
Okay.
And then we're going to put in a teaspoon of fresh garlic. When I say fresh garlic, I mean chopped garlic from the grocery store. And we'll just let that cook for a couple minutes.
Smells really good.
Yeah, you should. The seasoning flavor is gonna start coming out here. And what I have here is a can of crushed tomatoes.
Okay.
It's a 28 ounce can of crushed tomatoes. I'm going to use all of it since we paid for all of it. Now we're going to have a little bit of extra sauce here when we're all said and done. But that's a good thing because we can have that in the fridge and it'll last a couple of weeks.
Okay.
And you get, because obviously when your kids taste this pizza, they're going to want more.
Well, sure. You probably could even put it on toast. It's just a...
Oh, sure.
If you have leftover pizza sauce, save it.
I always have pizza sauce and marinara in the fridge, ready to go for a quick dinner.
Probably be good on a bratwurst or an Italian
Oh,
sausage.
some of your Italian sausages and a hoagie
Sure.
bun.
Sure.
Saute up some sweet peppers and onions for on there. Be awesome lunch.
I don't know if we made enough.
We'll probably use about a third to half of this for our pizza.
Okay.
Now that's starting to look like some good pizza sauce, huh?
Yeah, it's thickened up nicely.
Yeah, we're gonna turn it up just a little bit here so we can get it to reduce a little. Now I used a nice thick pan too, so you can have the heat a little bit higher than you would normally, but if you have a thinner pan, you want to definitely just cook it a little bit longer on a lower heat so that you don't scorch it. You don't want that burnt flavor taste.
Right, I see the onions just turned clear. They didn't brown at all. They just turned nice and clear.
If they brown a little bit, that's fine too, but we're getting impatient for lunch. So we'll let that cook. Ideally it would cook for about 20 minutes.
Okay.
On a moderate heat, just to bring all the flavor profiles together.
Okay.
All your basil, your oregano, your thyme. The sugar in there is just to cut, a little bit of brown sugar is just to cut the acid in the tomatoes.
Okay.
We're gonna put a little bit of salt in too, probably half a teaspoon. What I do is I pour it on my hand. I pour it on my hand first and dump it in so that I don't accidentally put too much in.
Right.
It's getting thick now, that's why it's starting to pop. So we'll just turn it off.
Now, if you were to add green peppers and other flavorings to your pizza, would you add it in the sauce now, or would you sprinkle
No,
it
I'm
on later?
gonna actually add some peppers and stuff onto the top of the
Okay.
pizza. So we'll just put a little bit of sauce.
Okay. That's enough sauce for about how many pizzas? 4 pizzas or so? 3 pizzas?
You can probably get 4 out of there, three to 4 pizzas.
Okay.
And what you see here is I'm putting sauce on, but I'm not putting it on super thick. Because if you put it on too thick, all your toppings slide off.
Okay.
Because then it makes like a water. Yeah, I'll have too much liquid in between the cheese and the crust.
Okay.
And the cheese won't adhere to the crust.
Okay.
Alright, Kurt, are you ready for lunch? We have a beautiful pizza that we grilled outside. On our grill, we have grill marks on the bottom. It's nice and crunchy. I'm going to cut that up for us.
Looks awesome.
And then we have our venison wrap that we did in the style of black and blue. That would be the blue cheese and the bacon. That makes it the black and blue. So we'll just cut those up.
See, your stone was just a touch too hot, wasn't it?
Yeah, it could have cooled down just a touch more, but I think it's going to be great.
That tastes as good as it looks, Scott.
All right, well,
we're gonna have a good day.
Let's have some lunch.
You won't believe how great you can cook wild game by watching our professional chefs. Enjoy!